Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a quick review of the Anbernic RG28XX, the latest entry in the world of retro handheld gaming devices, which is already cluttered heavily with another 100 different devices that release every year. First things first, let's talk about what's under the hood. The RG28XX uses the H700 chipset, which is the same chipset found in the recent previous Anbernic models like RG35XXH and RG35XX 2024 model. This might sound repetitive, but Anbernic has a strategy of reusing their chipsets across different models to cater to various user preferences until a new chipset comes along. Moving on to the design, the RG28XX features a 2.8-inch 640 by 480 IPS display. This screen size and resolution provide a 4:3 ratio, which is ideal for many classic games, though it measures slightly larger at 2.83 inches when you get down to the specifics. The device opts for a horizontal layout, which is a nod to how efficiently it uses its space. It feels really good in hands, to be honest. An interesting design choice is the inclusion of a rumble motor, which adds a tactile dimension to gameplay. At the heart of the RG28XX is a quad-core A53 processor paired with 1 GB of RAM. This setup is robust enough to handle up to N64 and Dreamcast level emulation. This device can do almost perfect PS1 emulation and easily give 8+ hours of battery life without any issues. This impressive performance is a significant selling point for the device. Looking to play some classic N64 and Dreamcast games on the RG28XX? You're in luck. This little device can actually run games from those consoles. Not all games will work perfectly. Some Dreamcast titles rely heavily on the console's specific buttons and analog sticks, which the RG28XX doesn't have exactly. You can try mapping the analog controls to the D-pad, but it might not be the most comfortable way to play. The RG28XX should be able to handle most N64 games without any issues. The device also serves as an MP3 player with a user interface that accommodates basic audio functions seamlessly, but I highly doubt people are going to use this as an MP3 player. Speaking of controls, the D-pad and face buttons have received mixed feedback regarding their size, but from our experience, they perform admirably. Anbernic has refined these elements across various models, and they've done a solid job here. The D-pad, in particular, excels in fighting and racing games that are heavily dependent on the size and responsiveness of them. Now, listen, this is a handheld, that to a pretty small one, who won't be getting PS5 or X Series X controller-like feel. So if you keep your expectations intact, controller will feel pretty good. The triggers feel pretty Seuss, though, like there is a big room for improvement there, but it's certainly not a deal-breaker. The device includes HDMI out, and although it supports Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, using these features requires an external dongle, which might not appeal to everyone. The RG28XX offers a user experience that's easy to learn and use. The menus and navigation are clear and straightforward, making it a breeze to jump into your favorite retro games. This is likely because Anbernic has been using and improving the same basic software system across different devices for a while now. The result? A reliable and stable firmware on the RG28XX, but there's always room for improvement. Anbernic could make the menus flow smoother and organize things a bit better to make it even easier to find the features you want. Right now, using the system can feel a little clunky. Imagine the smooth and effortless experience of using your phone. That's what some users would love to see on the RG28XX. With some tweaks to the software, Anbernic could make these great retro handhelds even more user-friendly. One notable feature is the support for Tate mode, which allows for vertical gameplay. This setup repositions the D-pad and utilizes the select and start buttons for additional controls, facilitating a more natural hand positioning for vertical arcade games. It's a thoughtful inclusion for those who appreciate classic vertical arcade experiences. The RG28XX is launching at a promotional price of $44 for the first 48 hours after its release. Post-promotion, the price will slightly increase to $48. Keep in mind, these prices do not include shipping costs, so you're looking at about $50 before shipping and roughly $55 after. For a device with its features and performance, this pricing is incredibly attractive, especially for budget-conscious retro gaming enthusiasts. To wrap up, The Anbernic RG28XX stands out for its affordability and robust emulation capabilities, making it a worthwhile option for retro gaming enthusiasts on a budget. If you already own an Anbernic device with the H700 chipset, the decision to upgrade might hinge solely on your preference for the new form factor. However, for those new to Anbernic's H700 series, the RG28XX is an easy recommendation due to its solid performance and affordability. Thank you all for tuning into this review. I hope you found it informative and helpful in making your decision. As always, thank you for your time and for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more updates. See you in the next video.